Robert Heffernan, Endotech, exclusively for the Pareto Network and Endotech subscribers. This is Blockchain Vitals. It's our daily show talking cryptocurrencies, blockchain assets, things in the matrix. I am an endotechnician firmly in the matrix when trading cryptos. And, I love the headlines. So we're going to do the rounds, and I'm just going to talk about a couple of headlines. We do the rounds every day. My chance to talk about a few of the things in the crypto sphere that I'm noticing. And I love headlines. I'm not a big reader. I like reading headlines. I don't often read the whole article. I'm more of a skimmer, always have been. I'm a Cliff Notes kind of guy. And that's why I love the Blockchain Vital sheet, because I just need the numbers. I don't need the reasons. All right. Give me the levels and I'll trade around them. You start confusing me when you give me the facts. All right. For me, the facts are the numbers and the price action around the numbers. So I love this one. Crypto market may be poised for bullish breakout. And some of these coins, if you are sitting on your hands, you've missed the beginning part of the momentum story. Maybe not in Bitcoin, but for surely in the rest of the crypto market. You're buying in near many handles higher, as we would say on the floor. If you're just thinking that we are poised for a bullish breakout, we got a bullish move working here. Whether it's a longer term breakout, again, it's give me a time frame. Where's the bullish breakout, right? Because the bullish breakout on the short term intraday stuff happened days ago. We're working on the weeklies now, and then we'll work into the monthlies. Give me something here. Another bull call by Mike Novogratz saying Bitcoin will see record highs in 2019. I'm still on the fence on this one. And I got to tell you, some of the other currencies showing just great strength against Bitcoin. And I would wish that Mike Novogratz would join the pool and tell me whether he thinks, forget about 2019, about the Bears 10 wins or Bitcoin 12,000 in 2018. Give me. We got the poll is up on Twitter. Please find me at HFR from the floor on Twitter and cast your vote on Twitter on whether the Bears win their 10th game. I got them pegged to win their 10th game December 9th. And I think that's going to be well before Bitcoin can trade 12 or 15,000. Well, I'm going to say 12,000 at this point. Some of these others showing a much better life than Bitcoin, and the charts, those cross charts, are bearing that out as we are in up mo on a bunch of the crosses, not only on the daily, but in some of them on the weekly. Another thing I wanted to point out is there more news on the Petro, and we have to keep an eye on this, because I thought an interesting part of the article is it's the use case thing. A couple of things I want to point out. The Petro, the article was that the Venezuelan Supreme Court has ordered a citizen to be paid in Petro from litigation. All right, so there's litigation. The complainant won the case, about $15,000 in damages, and the Supreme Court of Venezuela saying that you have to pay that person in Petro, kind of working towards solidifying Petro as their currency. Not only that, if you want to buy passport fees are mandatory to be paid in Petro. And if you read a little bit more about this, there's two things. First of all, most people will say that it was a blatant copy of the Dash protocol, that Venezuela just ripped it off. Similar features, and part of the document being lifted word for word from the cryptocurrency. But the thing that I find interesting is they say it's backed by crude. Not only crude, but it's also backed by iron 20%, gold 20%, and diamonds 10%. Now, that just blows me away, because like if I have a Petro and I say, you know what, stick it in your can. I want what's coming to me. This is legal tender, and I want a little bit of oil, some iron, some gold, and some diamonds. What do you get? Like a satchel with a mason jar with some crude oil, some some ingots, some gold, and some diamonds. How is it backed by these things? It seems convoluted to me at the very minimum, and a blatant fraud at the outside. Nevertheless, we saw that the Chinese Development Bank in Venezuela, people from the Chinese Development Bank, and Chinese credit rating, Donggong Global Credit Rating, revealed it believes the cryptocurrency may help the global currency system return to its basic values, meaning that it's got to be backed by something. I mean, we used to back the dollar with gold. I'm not sure how the backing works. I mean, they say it's backed by oil, gold, and iron and diamonds. I don't know how that transpires. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange and the Chicago Board of Trade, they grew up and they got their relevancy because they actually have deliverable commodities. And if you were long into delivery, you actually had to show up with cash for soybeans, and they gave it to you. And some of these things are still delivered. The cattle contract in Chicago is still delivered, man. You better be ready to bring live cattle in or accept live cattle at delivery. I'm not sure how the delivery mechanism works, and that's kind of how the backing thing is born out. Like if somebody says, you know what, let's take a news crew down to Venezuela and get me some oil, some iron, some gold, and some diamonds for my cryptocurrency because it's backed by those things. It's a different story. That's why I think it's all a bunch of baloney. I mean, it's not a physically delivered cryptocurrency. You could say that it's backed by those things, but how and who controls the purse strings, so to speak? It's not a decentralized currency, right? It's centralized, so they control the code. They control it all, which is why, obviously, though, the Chinese and the Russians and the Iranians and many, many global geopolitical players want to see the dollar unseated on a geopolitical level. I'm just not sure that the Venezuelan petro is, though I do appreciate what the Chinese credit rating system is that this is kind of a use case. It's a first step down the road to see if a country could actually put together a cryptocurrency backed by something, rather than the full faith and credit of the people of the United States and our ability to tax them, which is basically what we have right now. All right, listen, let's take the vitals and talk actual price action. And before that, I do that, I just want to one more time let you know the ET bot available to trade your crypto assets at Kraken. Please open an account at Kraken. Let them know that Endotech sent you. And go to endotech.io and get fully turned on for the crypto trading bot to do the trading for you. Hands-free 24/7. That crypto bot doesn't sleep. It doesn't eat. It doesn't call in sick. It never gets drunk and doesn't show up at the con. It's at the con for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Also, remember, our app is available for download for free at the App Store and the Google Play Store. Please download our app, endotech.io app, at those two places and have actionable trading information at your fingertips. Let our signals quicken your pulse. Free. Nothing better than free. All right, listen, let's take the vitals. In order to do that, though, we got to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd. So see you later, YouTube.